So currently in our network, we have a couple of franchisees who are in the process of selling their franchise. And this is normal. I'm very open about it. Sometimes it just doesn't work out for a certain franchisee. Sometimes people move on, they lose their drive, or sometimes just life takes its course. In any franchise network, you're always going to have a couple of franchisees who sell their business. Now, what I've noticed is there are certain franchisees in our network who can command a higher sale price and actually walk away making a very big profit to what they bought it from. In this video, I'm going to show you what those factors are, what those key factors are that will allow you to maximize the sale of your franchise or even your business should you want to sell it. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome to Courtside Conversations. My name's Emile, founder and owner of Little Boomers Basketball, and it's a pleasure to be your host today. Wherever you're watching today's episode, I hope you're having a booming day, and yes, the pun is intended. My journey to entrepreneurship started on May 1st, 2018 when I launched my first basketball program with 9 kids enrolled. Today, thousands of kids across Australia are thriving in our programs, all thanks to the commitment and passion of our incredible franchisees. This podcast is here to give you real, straightforward, no BS insights into business, entrepreneurship, and what it's like to own a franchise. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Now, I want to make a quick disclaimer. Never go into franchising with the idea of wanting to flip your business within a short period of time. Because if you're coming into franchise, like an investment property where you're just going to flip it, you're going to make short-term decisions. And if you make short-term decisions, it's going to impact the business and it might even impact the franchisor. So never come in with the idea of wanting to buy and sell a franchise in a short period of time. In this video, I'm going to give you what the 3 factors are that's going to maximize the sale of your franchise should you ever do sell it. And they apply to all businesses, all industries, and all franchises. Stick around for the last point. The last one's the most important. Let's get into it. Point number 1, stable and reoccurring revenue. An investor looking to purchase your business wants to see stable and reoccurring revenue, preferably growing. But if they see in January, February, March, you had a massive spike in revenue, then April, May, it went down, and then it's back up, and then it's back down, that's going to turn off a lot of investors. That's inconsistent revenue. And when an investor comes in, they want to see stable revenue all year round. And that's got to do with the quality of your service and your marketing, right? If you know, for example, June, July are quiet periods in your business and you don't do any special promo or any local area marketing, you're going to dip all the way there. You want to be able to time your seasonality marketing campaigns during the dips so that you've got stable revenue all year round. For example, in our network, one of the key pillars is enrollments per term. It's a big indicator of how the franchise is growing. Let's say in term 1, you have 300 enrollments, and then term 2, you have 200 enrollments, and then term 3 is 150 enrollments, and then term 4, it's back up to 400 enrollments. That's going to turn off an investor because it's just so inconsistent. What's happening here? Why are we going down to 200 and then down to 150 and then down here? What you want to be able to see is a steady growth. 300, 320, 330, 345, a steady growth in enrollments or whatever your business sells. The other day I was speaking to a lady and she was telling me that she's run some hypothetical profit and loss numbers and she wanted to run them by me. So I said, okay, what do you have? I've calculated, Emile, the court hire fees to be about $200 an hour. And then I said, whoa, hold on. Your numbers are really off. And so I said, where did you get those numbers from? Oh, look, I assumed. Never assume. I've created a franchise profit calculator where you can input real numbers, court hire fees, coaches' wages, how many kids you have in the program, so you can find out what your potential profit is per class. Click the link below to use the calculator. I hope you find it useful. Point number 2, the business can run without you being there. This is so important to investors. If you want to attract, if you want to command a high sale price, your business or your franchise must be able to run without you being there. If it can only run with you there, you are a bottleneck, and anybody coming into the business is going to get turned off because they're thinking, man, if I come into this, I'm going to just have to take over this person's job and I'm pretty much buying a job. The business has to be able to run without you there. I currently run a 450 enrollment territory. I've been like that for 2 years. I'm there for maybe 2 hours every 3 months, literally, because I've got people that manage the area for me. I've got systems in place. I've got checklists. My head coach of the area knows before the term, I've got to get the training kits ready. I've got to confirm with the court, I've got the availability. I've got to call the members to book in. I've got systems in place so that the business can run without me. Now imagine if the reversal happened. Imagine I needed to be there. I needed to coach the class. I needed to find coaches. I needed to get the training kits ready. I needed to speak to the parents. And investors are going to look at that and think, I'm just buying a job. I might as well keep my own job. So your business has to run without you there. Let's move on to the third and the final most important point, point number 3. Point number 3, you need to have superb bookkeeping and record keeping when you're trying to sell your franchise or business. You need to understand if an investor is coming in to buy your business, your books need to be up to date. Profit and loss, balance sheets, up to date to today. You should be able in 10 seconds, here's my profit and loss statement for last year, here's my profit and loss statement for this month. In literally 10 seconds, if you say to them, oh, look, let me get back to you about that, massive red flag, right? If you say to an investor, oh, let me get back to you about that, massive red flag. Bookkeeping has to be up to date. Your records have to be up to date. Your leads have to be up to date. Like you should be able to show the investor, hey, these are my leads. These are my database. These are previous people that we've contacted. These are our current customers. These are the wait lists. These are who we need to contact next. These are my, for example, in our business, we deal with coaches. These are your coaches. These are your working with children check, their tax file numbers. Your records must be clean. An investor wants to come in and have all the records and all the information available to see if this business is right for them. But I'm telling you now, if you say to them, look, I don't really have that, or let me speak to my accountant and get back to you, that's going to turn off a potential investor. So make sure your bookkeeping and records are airtight and clean. So to summarize, if you want to maximize the sale of your franchise or business, or if you just want to add value to the business, because the great thing about franchising, right? If you buy a franchise for $30,000 and you add value and you pump it up and you get the reoccurring income going, you can sell it in the future for 100 grand and make 70 grand. That's the power of franchising. That's capitalism. How good is that, right? 3 points you need to do is make sure you have stable, growing, recurring revenue. Number 2, the business has to run without you. Maybe not completely, but partially or most of the time, it has to be run without you with strong systems and competent staff. And the third one, you have to have really good bookkeeping and great record keeping with all the important information in the business. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, give me some feedback, like, share with a friend. Hope you're enjoying the content that I'm giving out. 1 episode a week is what we're trying to aim for. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. God bless.